I do have one more shout out. I didn't get to record my shout out to Carrie, but my last shout out I wanted to give to Stephanie Mossman because she locked in her second month qualifying for Success Starters. So one more month and she gets a free ticket to Summit for next year. So that's super exciting. And she's so like nonchalant about it. I'm like, so, you're doing great. Success Club, is that a goal of yours? She's like, no, I just want to share my journey, but the girlfriend keeps selling challenge packs and helping people. And I'm like, you might as well set these goals for yourself. So she's really cute about it. Yeah, does anyone else have shout outs?
I mean, I know that Laurie is at Success Club 4, which is huge. Congratulations. And I know that she's in the training right now, and Chelsea is too. And Chelsea's not on the call tonight, but she's at Success Club 2, and they're both new coaches. So it's pretty exciting for Lisa and her team. So shout out to Believe and Achieve.
Yes. That's awesome. I love it. Awesome. So we are going to dive into this. And let me sort of back up into this and explain why I think this call is ridiculously important and is going to simplify our businesses. So when we're posting, and I've heard from a lot of you that you're like, I don't know what to post sometimes, and I get it. Sometimes I feel that way too. I'm like, what am I doing today? What am I thinking about? And honestly, if that's the way we're going into this, if that's the way we're going into our months, it's like shooting darts into the wind and hoping that they kind of land somewhere. So the reason for a monthly marketing plan is to figure out the main events of the month and back into your posting schedule from there. So this way we're more organized, we all have a direction. So at the beginning of each week, you can kind of look and say, okay, is it a free group that I'm kind of promoting? Is it a challenge group I'm promoting? Is it the coach sneak peek that I'm promoting? And you can start to back into a posting schedule from there. The other great part of this is you're going to start creating a consistent message month after month after month. And that is going to it's going to create trust. It's going to allow you to allow your story to shine even more, because you're not creating a new story every month. You're just saying it in different ways, because not everyone is going to read every single post every single time you post, right? That's the beast of Facebook. So just think of it as sharing your story month after month, just in different ways. So what I'm going to do is share my screen, because I've started to create a schedule for June. So this is like real life right now, you guys. Like we can start this like now, like starting in June. Okay, so because of Memorial Day weekend, obviously things are slightly hokey this month. Yes, I said hokey, Lisa. So things are a little bit strange. So what I kind of did for this week, but I still want to do a free group, because honestly, you guys, there's so much value in running free groups that I still wanted to stick it in for this month. So what I'm doing this month, and anyone is welcome to join me in this, you can run your own free group, or you can join mine, or you can run one for your team. But I'm going to be doing a 3-day free group. It's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I've decided it's going to be a mommy summer survival group. And the reason for that is because I am shaking in my pants with the fact that my son is going to be home from school. And so if I am, then I'm pretty sure other moms are feeling that way too. So what I'm thinking of putting together is a 3-day group that is just us kind of brainstorming all together in this group about fun activities we can do with our kids. But I'm going to be providing some healthy, easy snack options, maybe some quick workouts that they can do with their kids around, things like that. So it's still in the works, but that's what I'm planning on doing. So, okay, I know that I'm going to have this 3-day free group starting on the 3rd. What other big events are happening in the month? My challenge group is going to be on the 20th of the month. I'm going to start my challenge group. And the last main event is going to be the Coach Live Hour event, which we do every month. I don't know if you've been noticing, but we have been doing that consistently every month. And that's going to be on the 23rd. So now let's start breaking out the things that we want to start talking about in our posts. So if I'm talking about my 3-day free group, obviously I'm going to do my regular promotion for it with a normal image that says join my free group, right? But then I'm trying to think of other posts you can do to promote it in an indirect kind of way, just sharing value. I'll probably do a Tasty Tuesday post with a fun little kid snack and say something maybe like, this is the type of thing you'll find in my free group. Workout Wednesday, maybe it'll be one of my crazy workouts with the kids around, just a little snippet of a workout that might be helpful to moms. Because again, the people who are interested and like these types of videos and posts this week are the ones that I can directly invite. Be like, hey, I saw you like that post. Would you be interested in joining my free group? Because I'm going to be sharing a whole lot more of that stuff this weekend, right? So it has a purpose. We're posting with a purpose here. And on Friday, that's when the 3-day free group starts. And I'm probably going to post a picture of maybe my son, Cole flexing and giving the reason for that free group again. Being like, okay, he's coming home, guys. And my free group started today, so they can kind of understand why I did this free group. And I put a few things in here on Saturdays. You can post about coaching, because even though my main focus that week was on the free group, you still want to talk about the coaching aspect of things. Maybe it's about why I love coaching, because I'm connecting with all these moms in this free group and it's feeling really great, whatever, stuff like that. So moving on to that Monday, starting to promote the challenge group. This allows us 2 weeks to promote our challenge group, which is huge, because think about it. It takes about a week for people to get their challenge pack in. So we really want to be able to start promoting it and have time and not feel like, we have one challenger because we started to invite and then the next week it starts. So we're starting on the 6th to invite. And then again, so now we're in challenge group mode. So do your Transformation Tuesday pictures showing your own journey. On Wednesday, I was thinking a video about this challenge group. What's it going to be all about? What's the purpose of it? That sort of thing. On Thursday, doing a personal development quote, and maybe it's focused on taking some me time, right? That's what I'm finding so much in moms, is that they're not taking that me time. So maybe all it'll take for them to do that, to finally invest in themselves, is seeing that one quote that's about taking that you time for them. And again, so for those 2 weeks, you can kind of see that all of these posts are centered around just promoting this challenge group. I like the idea on the 15th, you see I put in a Woman Crush Rent Wednesday. So I was thinking for that, you could kind of, chat with someone from your previous challenge group and see if they wouldn't mind if you gave them a shout out, right? Maybe they'll provide a picture for you, maybe they won't. Maybe it's just a text post with a quote. But regardless, let's start recognizing our challengers, because that's also going to show our future challengers that this really is a community, that these are real people that we're helping. And then the 20th is the start of the challenge group. So now we're shifting gears again. Now we have our live hour coaching event. So on that Tuesday, post some version of why you're coaching, right? And start inviting to that coach sneak peek. If people start relating to your post and understanding why you're posting and showing interest, then they need to see you posting about coaching. And inviting directly to the coach sneak peek. Again, this is a free event, you guys, so never feel bad to invite your challengers, to post in your challenge groups about it. Never feel bad about that. And then we have our Coach Live Hour event, and then just you can kind of relax a little bit, right? You've hit Success Club at this point. I thought maybe a little bit of relief at the end of the month, doing a funny post, whatever. Although I like funny posts a lot throughout the month. I do that. That's just part of my thing. So that's the flow of what to focus on, the big focus points for the different parts of the month. The other thing I put on here, and this is really important too, is little points of Success Club, kind of accountability for yourself. Check-ins is what I meant to say. So my goal for June is I want to hit Success Club 10 in my account and Success Club 5 in my husband's account. So, and it kind of flows with the way that we're promoting things, right? So the week that we start promoting this challenge group, I'm hoping that I will hit Success Club 5, because I will have that big influx of people interested, and I'll also be doing mass follow-ups with people who maybe it wasn't the right time then, but it is the right time now. So I'm going to be going through my follow-up list and doing that. And then the following week, I will hit Success Club 10. Again, doing the same types of things. I'm going to be following up. And in the meantime, we're doing our power hours. So we're going to be talking to new people and things like that. And lastly, for that last week is when I'll work on following up again with people and, hitting Success Club 5 in my husband's account. So these are main points. Obviously, we post, 3 to 5 times a day is the goal for Beachbody. And obviously, we don't post everything about Beachbody. So this is sort of just like a guideline, something to help with the flow. And if you have something that works for you, if you post quotes in the morning, like Lisa does her quotes in the morning, and it's perfect. It's something consistent that she does. And I highly encourage you to do those quotes, you guys. And Laurie does a great job of this too. I love all your quotes. Mary Ellen's been doing amazing quotes as well on her page. Keep doing that. Have a consistent time that you are posting the same types of posts because people look forward to them. They do. I guarantee that if you're posting these quotes at a certain time, you're going to start to get people being like, oh, what's the quote today? What is Mary Ellen sharing today? Because that really lifts me up when I read that, or that really makes me chuckle, stuff like that. So I encourage you to keep doing that. And as far as Facebook goes, again, in timing of posts, I also encourage you to go back and kind of analyze your posts and see the time that you get the most engagement. And this could be different for all of us. I find that I get my most engagement at night, around 7 or 8 tends to be when I get a lot of people seeing my stuff. So that's when I would want to post my big challenge group invite or my, coach sneak peek invite, things like that. What else is on here? I've been watching a lot of videos, and a lot of coaches are saying that Sundays are a great time to invite people to challenge groups and the coaching opportunity. They're going into a new week. They, maybe aren't totally in love with their jobs or what they're doing. They're kind of feeling like that, Monday. So they need something to lift them up. So in my experience, it has been I think Mondays are also a really good day too. But Sundays and Mondays, just take that time. I don't post a lot on the weekends because I spend a lot of family time, but I do still work. I don't put myself out there in posting, but it is my time that I get to sit down because I have my husband. So that's when I do like to follow up with messages and, start inviting directly and things like that because I have that focus time. All right, so anyone have any questions? Does this make sense? I kind of want to hear your feedback. If, Lisa, I would love to hear your feedback because I know that you've been kind of working off a calendar too. We've had discussions like this before. So, I would love to hear your thoughts on this.
Sorry, I bought London broil for dinner, and I don't know how meat works, the cuts of meat. So my husband was like, we have to bake it because it's not cooking. So I'm currently eating dinner from an hour ago because I didn't.
Don't worry about it.
It was a struggle. We ate mac and cheese an hour ago, and now we're eating London broil. So what I've been working for, in a calendar so much is my quotes. I kind of have that as a consistency thing. And that's really helpful for me because I can sit down and just crank that shit out really quickly, based on kind of what I find on Pinterest, which is super helpful. And what I like about this is it's very Melanie Mitro of you.
Well, I won't say I didn't take inspiration from her.
Because I love it because I feel like how I have to have a system, the way my brain works. I have to, if not, I'm really sporadic and then I get it's just not good. But I cause I've never been a big posting schedule kind of person. I kind of just pull shit out of my ass. When
you talk about what's going on. You do real-time posts, which I'm a big fan of real-time posts as well. And I think everyone should be a fan of real-time posts. At least 1 to 2 posts a day should be legit what you're doing at the time, for sure.
I agree. But what I like about this in terms of a calendar is that it's not saying on Monday you do Motivational Monday, a recipe, and a selfie. It's like, this is what's going on. And like I could see this working.
Yeah.
And the way you described it, like, I'm not a mom, so like that doesn't relate to me at all. But tweaking it to work for everyone else, I think, is what's really adaptable about it.
Exactly. And that, the mom one was also like, so I think there was a national wake up call a while ago about free groups. And she talked about how a lot of coaches started doing free clean eating groups, which there's still value in clean eating groups. I don't want to like, devalue them. However, start to think about what you need in your life and make a free group out of it. Because seriously, like if you need it, if you're Googling something, it probably means you should run a free group on it because you're going to connect with other people about it. And again, like
how to spell.
How to
That's what I Googled.
That too. You know what I mean, though? Like it's really about, and that's what's going to attract your target market to you. This is what's going to attract the people that you can help. Because honestly, guys, like we're not helping by being experts. We don't need to be an expert on something to run a group for it. Trust me, I am no expert on things like how I'm going to keep my child occupied all summer long. But that's where it comes in. We're building a community of people that relate to one another. This is about connection. Like I feel so much more connected to people since I've become a Beachbody coach. Like that's what this is about, right? It's inviting them into our world because let's be honest, we friggin' are awesome. Yeah, so thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that feedback and that you feel like it could work because I think it could too. And here's the other thing before I open it up to feedback again. The cool thing about this, guys, you can share this with your coaches. This is a duplicable system and that's the point, and that's how we are gonna like grow like wildfire. Like if this works for us, it's gonna work for everybody and we can just keep passing this along. Like let's do the work now so that we have less work later. Work smarter, not harder. That's what I'm all about.
I agree.
So Laura, you were excited about this. How do you feel about it now? Is this everything you hoped and dreamed it would be?
Look, where's the unmute? I couldn't find it. No, this is really helpful. So I have a question about the free groups. So I've been kind of like thinking about like what I'm interested in and what I would maybe want to do, but then I sort of tied up and like, do I have to relate it to how to create a tie-in to like a challenge group? So like one of the things I'm really interested in is like mindfulness. So how do I create like a tie-in? Like if I do a free group around mindfulness, like then I get sort of like hung up on like, how do I tie that into like a challenge group after that?
So
is that a good direction to go in, or do you think no, like stay away? Like
100%. Whatever you're interested in, you gotta do. Because here's the thing. Other people, like we all need mindfulness. I recently did a free group on Makeover Your Mornings, which was kind of all about that. It was about waking up in the morning, and I'll put you in the group. It's still there so you can see kind of what I posted about.
awesome.
But how it ties in is your question. How it ties in is that once people start doing one thing for themselves, they want to do other things for themselves. They're clearing space in their minds to bring in more goodness into their lives. So that's how I would tie it in.
Perfect. All right. Awesome.
Mary Ellen, do you find this helpful?
Yes, I do. I was actually going to just bring up what you were saying about the mornings challenge, not challenge group, but the group that you had. That was like, I couldn't believe how much activity that had. And people like, I think I did a post around that time just asking like for feedback on what people do, and I got like I couldn't believe how many people commented on it. So I'm kind of in the same boat with you, Lori, where I feel like what should I do for a free group? And then I have a couple of ideas, but I think if it's something that you're doing for yourself and kind of helping your everyday routine, then you can kind of tie it back in. But I get what you're saying. I think in this whole schedule, I need to do this. Like I just bought a whiteboard so I can stick it in my bathroom and like see what I'm doing every day. So I love this idea though. Like, and even scheduling posts has been like a huge help for me. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and my goal here, you know, anytime I've done, like Mary Ellen, if you loved that group, like you can always feel free. The content that I create is for the team. Like I never want anyone to feel like I've run clean eating groups in the past. I recently gave some menus to Stephanie Bierce because she wanted to do one. And why, like if you're crunched for time and you want to run a free group, but you don't have the time to put something together right now, like you can always feel free to use my content. Like I never, and my goal is to make like a big Google Doc of what we have so that it's almost like a library, like people can go in and just like grab it. Or even if you just need some inspiration, like you want to make it your own, but you know, that's why I make it. So
Yeah. I might actually that might actually be a really good group to do, because I can honestly say that I have become more of a morning person since becoming a coach, and I never used to be. And I think that group really helped just my daily routine. Like I'm so much more organized with my kids and just everything. I'm not so scatterbrained. So yeah, thank you.
then I think that's something to share again with people that, you know.
Definitely.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say piggybacking on Mary Ellen, I think like in terms of like the scatterbrained and stuff, like having the schedule for posting is helpful too, because now that I'm working again, just even though it's part-time, it's like I'm like, oh crap, like I need to get something up there on Facebook, but I gotta run into the bank, and you know, it's just like scattered. So like having other stuff scheduled too, and like knowing, okay, well today's workout Wednesday, like Tuesday I can set something up, bada bing bada boom. And like it helps with that scatterbrained feeling.
I am so
No, and this is something though that, you know, obviously you don't want to not post at all, but I was a coach that was listening to a video, and she was saying how at the time she was working like 40 hours a week, and she didn't have any posts scheduled during the day because she didn't want people to think she was actually available and not getting back to her. So like there's something to be said for that, to, you know, make sure you're kind of following your real schedule too, and don't feel like you need to, like I would rather you spend the time when you can connecting with new people than coming up with a post to, you know, schedule for the middle of the day. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of brainstorming. I don't actually know. I'm kind of wondering. I'm wondering.
No, I think it makes sense.
I think that makes sense. Like yesterday, I didn't post at all because I was at work and I just didn't have my phone with me, and I just felt kind of like disconnected from Facebook world. So
Wherever you are, be all there, right?
exactly.
That's when things start getting, for me anyway, when I start feeling like I'm not all there, wherever that is, that's when I get overwhelmed and no bueno.
Can I give you guys some words of encouragement about the scheduling?
Duh.
So I've been doing this since April, and I've hit Success Coach at just about the first or second week of every month. And I really contribute it to having a design schedule for what I'm going to post that day. What am I driving my week? What am I driving my business? And I can so relate to that scatterbrain and just feeling like a hot mess and feeling like, well, I don't feel inspired every single day, or I got to get a post out there and I haven't already. And then your post doesn't sound like you because you're just trying to throw it up there. So I hope this is really encourages you guys to take this seriously because it's your business. It's gonna. I just have to ignore the damn dog.
My dog just like jumped up.
Oh, Bailey, I love her. So I'm just saying this to you guys because I truly don't believe I would have hit Success Club this way either. I also have noticed it helps with attraction marketing, and it cuts down on feeling like you need to be talking to like 30 different people. And it helps create a momentum for what you are, what you're representing, and you're consistent. And even if it's your first time doing this and you only have one challenger for your challenge group, you still need to run that challenge group. You still need to set that date. You still have to hold yourself accountable to it because it's your business. And that's where I fell short last year. If I didn't have challengers, I canceled it for that month. And then all of a sudden 3 months went by and I didn't have a challenge group. So this has been a complete game changer. I am very much old school, complete like pen and paper girl. I try to do it on the computer and like I mess it up with the date, whatever. So I just want to emphasize, like, I contribute hitting Success Club at the beginning of the month because of this. And I hope that encourages you guys. And even if you don't in the first month, just realize that that momentum is going to be built off of this. And I really believe that hitting Success Club 5, 10, 5, 8, like, shouldn't be a problem. That's it. So do it.
Sherry, Lisa asked, would you be willing to share how you schedule your posts too?
Lisa, what do you mean? Like,
You just showed us a calendar. So
yeah.
Is yours like a lot kind of like this, like based on how you, like what's going on in your month, like kind of like the marketing plan?
Yes, it's the marketing plan. So,
Carrie and I have been following the same marketing plan for the past, we've been kind of testing this out, to be honest, like, because we want to be on the same page to make sure that this is something that everyone can implement to their businesses. So without kind of, you know, we've both been posting in our team pages the past 3 months, I feel like, probably 2 or 3 months. And the only thing that's been different is our challenge group start date, but I'm actually changing mine to Carrie's. So now we're like 100% completely aligned with the marketing plan. So Carrie, go ahead. I just wanted to say that part.
No, so the reason why, so Lindsay and I were talking back and forth about this, and the reason why I've been doing the challenge group more at the end of the month is because it always gives us that 2.5 weeks beforehand to be promoting for that challenge group that's ahead of us. So you're not scrambling. Last year I was doing a ton of scrambling trying to get a challenge group up and running at the beginning of the month. It's a whole lot easier to run a free group at the beginning of the month, re-engage people, build a relationship. And then it also keeps you from being annoying on social media. You're not constantly sporadically posting about a coach sneak peek, but you don't really know when you're having it. Now you only post about it, 2 or 3 days before you have it. And then that's it. You move on. You're not posting about that anymore. So and then what I found it did for me is with the scatterbrainness that is a real thing, I would come down here at 5 o'clock in the morning and I would say to myself, what is my business post driven by today? And it would make me, like I have right here, promote coaching opportunity. If I didn't see that on my calendar, I wouldn't have talked about that in some fashion on that day because my brain would have been all over the place. I would have been a scatterbrain. I would have been just trying to throw stuff out there. But instead, I said, okay, that's what I have to post about today at some point. What is a good time? Is my market 5 a.m. because moms are up? Is my market in the afternoon? Is my market at nighttime? And I was talking about this with Lindsay. My market in Texas is 5 a.m. It's crazy. But the market, I think, in New England is like 9 p.m. So you have to pay attention to that. And like, I don't know what yours is, Lisa. I'm guessing it's 9 p.m. So does that kind of help? And that's why I don't think this doesn't have to have anything to do with you're a mom, you're married, you're whatever. It's just, this is your marketing for the month. So I hope that helps.
To add to what Carrie said too, because she was just talking about a business opportunity post, that I would add, because we have our Coach Live event on that kind of second to last week of the month here. I mean, I would definitely say that this week, talking about joining our team, right? And what I think should be implemented, and we're just starting our new Coach Basics training that we developed, but I would say that should kick off the first full week of every month. I don't know if Carrie would agree, and so what happens is you have your Coach Live Hour event, you have your joining our team post, and you can talk about the fact that we're going to be starting our new coach apprenticeship, our new coach training, whatever you want to call it, the first week of the month. So that's something you can talk about with people and you can post about and get others excited about.
If you want more people coming to you and it feeling less like you're trying to chase after people, do this and do it every single month. Because I did this, I had more people just come to me because they said, hey, I saw that you're posting about a challenge group, but it was because that week I was driving that challenge group. I was driving it home, and I was switching what time I would post it at, so it would pop up at different times. So
yeah, and that word drive is really important, because we all, and it's something I've struggled with. So we all post these really inspiring things, right? But we have to ask ourselves, okay, what's the point of this post? Is the point of this post to show that I love being a coach? Is the point of this post to inspire people into doing a challenge group? Is the point of this post just to be motivational for people? Really ask yourself that. And to Carrie's point, like, what's the business aspect of this post? Is it just a normal post that I want to do, or is there a reason for it? And if there's a reason for it, make sure you're driving it home. Make sure you are making that invite in that last sentence of the post or in there somewhere. So it's just an important question to ask yourself and don't be afraid to ask yourself that question and to post that little extra something that's going to drive it home. I'm so excited.
it's for real, guys. Like, I swear to you, like, if you do, like, starting tomorrow, like, what's tomorrow's date? The 27th. Like, I have on my calendar the 27th, in some way or form, talk about the coaching opportunity, and then it's just like, it's going to change the way you feel about your business, and it's going to probably make you enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah. I know sometimes we kind of like want to walk on eggshells when we're thinking about this as a business. And I kind of want this team to like throw that out the window, because this is a business, right? But it's kind of freaking cool that our business is to help people. And if we want to be successful at it, and we do want to make it a lucrative business, we need to treat it like a business. So now we have our blueprint. Now we have our plan. And it's going to make it fun, because now we can get creative with it and we can inject ourselves into it. Anybody can inject themselves into a plan like this. And that's what's awesome about it.
Not to keep on going back and forth, but on that point, guys, like, don't think that this means like you lose out on that opportunity to do that inspiration, to do that moment of the day. We're still supposed to be posting 3 to 4 times a day. This is one post related to Beachbody. One. that entire day. It just has a focus to it now.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time, you post your inspiration. You post, a funny video. You post your quote or what's going on. And that's where you get to shine through. And then that's when you're not like feeling annoying on social media, or you shouldn't feel salesy or sleazy, because you're not doing stock photos and you're not doing the same stock photo 7 days a week, and then you're getting crickets. So that's why, like in our coach training, I asked Lori, I said, think of other things that you love, like fitness. Okay, what else? Do you love food? Do you love dance? Do you love going on vacation? Do you love trying new restaurants? Do you love your husband? Do you love your kids? Do you love your pets? Like, share about that stuff. Are your kids driving you nuts? Yes.
No, it's true, because even this week, it's funny because Heather asked me a question, and she was like, "What are 5 things that you love?" And it was out of nowhere, and I still haven't asked her why she asked me that. But anyway, she asked me, and at first I went into this whole freedom for my family. I love people and what I can learn from them. And she's like, "No, I mean like wine and like things like that." I'm like, "Oh." So I go, "I love wine and pizza and yoga and weightlifting," and I said to my family, obviously. So I said these things, and it actually got me thinking. I'm like, isn't it weird that I like yoga and weightlifting? And that was the inspiration for doing that video on how I think they go so well together. And then in doing that puts my own spin on things, and I'm hoping it'll inspire other people who are like, yeah, I'm kind of like that too. I like both, and then I'll connect with them. It's attraction marketing. Inject yourselves into this world. Don't put the Beachbody products first. Don't lead with Beachbody. Lead with yourself. And like I said to Lori in that same post in the coach training, Beachbody is obviously going to make an appearance because it's part of your lifestyle. Beachbody is just an appearance. The products are an appearance, and you want to share it with others because it's helped you.
I wanted to give you an example of interjecting yourself because I was checking my Facebook when someone was talking, but I did a post earlier, and it was about taking a selfie with your dog. I don't have a dog, and I was like taking a selfie with my stuffed llama because, like, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but like I love llamas, and I have a stuffed llama. This girl comments, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, you have a stuffed llama too?" And I was like, oh, we need to be best friends.
I love it. That's it. It's attraction. It's just another way of what we've always said about building your tribe and attracting like-minded people. And you know what? It's the llama love. But I think we all have a llama. Like, we all have that thing that makes us unique, right? So just find that, and that's what you need to share. And again, like, it's not changing your story every month. It's not forcing it. Like, I don't want to feel forced. Just be you. You have your blueprint now. We have our monthly marketing calendar. Now let's just fill in the gaps with ourselves. And I'm going to be posting that in the page. So yeah, it'll be there.
I think a lot of it is just finding a groove. So, and I think that's what I'm trying to like sort of figure out. So this is really helpful. And I have to say, Carrie, did you see my post earlier today?
Which one?
So I posted a vision board.
Oh, I loved it. I liked that one.
I didn't see it.
Carrie, you have to check it out because I kid you not, I made it a year ago.
Really?
I made it a year ago. And check it out because there's a couple things you're going to recognize on it. And I was like,
hold on.
One day I was just like, oh my God.
I'm going to look now.
Yeah. And like one day it just all clicked and I was like, wait a minute, this is like, what's going on? You don't have to read the whole thing, just look at the board. Long-winded.
Lori, did you do that in Photoshop?
No,
okay.
Literally cut and paste.
All right, so
It looks good.
It does look good. It's such a neat one. Like, guys, this is mine. It's so not neat. This is so not Lori. Like,
wait a minute.
so you're saying
We're twins.
I'm a former interior designer, so everything has to be just so. No white space.
That looks like a 5-year-old did it.
That's why I don't have one. I'm too anal.
No, girl.
Yeah, you gotta look at Laurie's.
It's like, I'll show you mine. I have mine right here. Hold on.
Oh my god, this is amazing right now.
Good night.
Yeah.
I love you.
That makes me feel better.
So I just want to point out, this is totally off topic, but right?
Yeah, you tell.
No white space for you, Lisa. But I made this a year ago,
Wow.
right? We're reading this now.
The book you're reading, right?
This is what killed me is
That
this.
is insane.
Because you have this on your your confidence document you sent us, and I was like, oh my god,
Oh my God. That is insane. Because you know what, Lori? If I just saw this really quick, I would have been like, "Oh, cool! That's so odd." But the fact that you made that from a year ago, that is incredible. I think that's so cool. The book, the word confidence. What else? Fearless. I love it.
I love it.
Yeah,
That is so cool.
If anyone doesn't have a vision board, even if you have to make it in Photoshop, you should still make one.
Yes.
There's little apps that you can download for vision boards, by the way. And I think,
Really?
Oh, really?
yeah, I don't know what you can get for photos though to put in it, but just
Okay.
I got to do a new one now though. This is very I think this was more like how I wanted to feel
Yeah, I love it.
versus what my goals were. It was a goal, a personal goal. So now I'm and now that I got this, I'm I know I can do whatever. Anyways, I had to share that because I was oh my god, I can't believe
I'm
confidence.
so glad you
Glad
shared
you
it.
shared that. That's awesome.
Anyway,
Awesome.
yeah.
All right, guys. Does anyone have any other? I feel like this was a really good discussion. I'm glad that I feel like this was good.
I think because wine was involved.
Well, yeah, wine always makes things good. We'll do more wine parties. Which we should do. You know what we should do? We should set some crazy goals for June and then have a wine party at the end of June and just chat, and maybe we can all have our computers up and we can make dream boards. We can have a dream board party. All right? Let's do it. Okay.
I say yes.
All right, cool. We'll do that. All right, guys. So I will let you all go. Thank you for coming. Hi, Nick. And I will talk to you all soon, and I love you all. Thank you for coming to the call. Yay!